There are moments in literature and storytelling that unsettle us, not because they're dark, but because they illuminate a kind of goodness we rarely see. A goodness that feels almost too pure. One of those moments for me appears in Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, when Hill refers to the devil as majesty. It's a single word, but it hits like a brick to the face. Even Hill's own family would later comment on how strange it felt. At first it reads like reverence for something that should never be revered. But beneath that discomfort lies a deeper tension. What does it mean to be truly good in the presence of something profoundly not good? Hill's choice of words isn't about admiration. It's about refusing to let fear dictate his posture. Respect in this context is not affection, it is composure. It's the discipline of maintaining one's own dignity, even when facing something that wants to destroy it. It's the martial artist bowing before the opponent, not because the opponent is noble, but because you are. We often imagine goodness as kindness, soft, warm, and gentle. But the kind of goodness that can look evil without flinching is something else entirely. It's strength, it's restraint, it's choosing to stay yourself even when everything pushes you to change. This is the paradox at the heart of being good, I think. It's not about avoiding darkness, but facing it without letting it change who you are. And I think that's much harder than most people admit. Darkness doesn't always show up as something dramatic. Most of the time it comes as anger, resentment, or that quiet urge to strike back, you know? It tries to convince you that reacting in the same way is a fair response. But the moment you let that take over, you're no longer choosing your actions. You're copying the very thing that hurt you. Staying good in those moments isn't soft. It's strength. It's choosing not to let anger rewrite your character. I felt this tension again in a very different place. There's a moment in my favourite video game when a character forgives the person who manipulated him into killing their own parents. Okay? This was the villain's whole Vlad the Impaler move. They would go around and make children kill their parents and ha ha ha, I'm the bad guy. And you, the reader, want this person to get their comeuppance. Obviously, it's so clearly the bad guy. But they forgive the bad person, and you're like, what? You kill the bad guy. That's what you do in a story. The good guys kill the bad guys, but they forgive them. And it's one of the most brutal acts of forgiveness I have ever seen in any story, video game or otherwise. And it's like, not because it excuses the harm, but because it refuses to let the harm define the one who suffered it. Forgiveness, in this sense, is not mercy for the offender. It's freedom for the self. Beautiful game. I love the Final Fantasy series, but on with my point. It's the same energy as Hill's majesty. A refusal to surrender one's inner world to the gravity of darkness. It is the understanding that hatred, even when seemingly justified, chains you to the very thing you wish to escape. This is the toll of being good. You must carry the weight of your own principles even when they cut into your hands. Most people settle for being nice, which is easy. Nice avoids conflict. Nice avoids discomfort. Nice avoids the devil entirely. But true goodness, the kind that bows to darkness without fear, the kind that forgives the unforgivable, is not easy, it's not comfortable, and it is not soft. It is costly. It demands clarity, discipline, and a willingness to feel pain without retaliating. It asks you to hold contradictions, to acknowledge evil without honoring it, to forgive without forgetting, to respect without submitting. And because this kind of goodness is so rare, it is often misunderstood. People see the surface, the bow, the forgiveness, the calm, and assume it's weakness or confusion. But the truth is the opposite. This is goodness at its strongest. Goodness that refuses to be shaped by the dark. Goodness that stands upright even when the world bends. Hill's majesty, Final Fantasy XIV's impossible forgiveness. My own instincts wrestles with these ideas, and they all point to the same truth. Goodness is not the absence of darkness. Goodness is the courage to face it without losing yourself. And that's why these moments linger, I think. They show us a version of good that is not passive or naive, but powerful. A goodness that costs something and therefore means something. This is the kind of goodness that becomes poetry, myth, the kind that becomes the spine of a character in a story or a real person. Thank you for listening. Because people see the surface, the bow, the forgiveness. That's my cat Lou. There we go. Two boy cats, they're just fighting. Just had to separate them.